So the garden that I have now is not really the garden that I had planned for this year, for 2023. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I figured that today I would take some time just to kind of talk about my future gardening plans and what I currently have right now. I had mentioned in an earlier video that we recently just finished building our house. And the plan was our house was supposed to be finished in 2022. And 2023 in the spring, I was going to have like a really nice big garden. A garden was one of the main reasons why we wanted to purchase property. Because we wanted to have a nice garden. We wanted to start preserving our own food and growing our own food. So that is our main reason for purchasing property. But building our house took longer than what was expected. We actually didn't get to finish building the house until April of 2023. And to be honest, I was kind of bummed that I wasn't already in my house and that I didn't get to start on my garden. But I still wanted to be proactive and just start to get ready. Because my husband and I decided that starting in the fall, once it all kind of starts cooling down and winter, we were going to be working on our backyard to get it ready for next spring. So next spring we will be full blown, ready to go and have a great garden. One of the ways that we are being proactive and getting ready for starting a garden for next year is I made a compost pile. It's my very first compost pile. I never had one before. And I mean, we just built it, just putting together old pallets that we had and put some chicken wire on the inside to just kind of keep it contained. And I've just been throwing in some browns and some greens, and we're just hoping it's gonna work. I'm actually just gonna take you to our little compost pile to show you what we've got so far. Like I said, it's not much, but this is just what we're working with. Yeah, nothing fancy. It was free. All the stuff we had was free. It's just to kind of get us started. If any of you have some great tips on how to have like a really good compost pile, comment below and let me know, because this is a big new journey and I am learning, and I am like a sponge, willing to try anything and everything to make sure that it works. Now the next thing, it wasn't really anything I did to prepare, but I just recently had a birthday, and my husband and kids decided for my birthday present, they actually built me a couple of raised beds, so that way I can still have like a very small garden right now and just enjoy. It was such a great birthday gift and I was so excited. I didn't take any videos of them, but take a look at these pictures, just kind of showing how they built our raised garden beds and also how we filled them. I had seen on Pinterest where you can fill up raised garden beds, with different layers to help, cut cost and also to kind of help promote good, healthy soil. So that is what we did. I used to be terrified of gardening, but then I grew a pair. Now, speaking of Pinterest, I do want to have this disclaimer that I am not trying to have a Pinterest perfect garden or house. In fact, I'm going to be showing you some clips of how my backyard and everything looks right now. And to be honest, to me, I'm a little bit embarrassed about it, but you know what? Life is life, and not everything is going to be Pinterest perfect. And so I just wanted to throw that in there in case any of y'all were expecting anything not short of perfection. we're not going to find that here because, again, we are learning and trying to figure this out, and I honestly just don't have the time for it to look perfect. So it has been a little less than a month since my raised garden beds were built for me. And I figured I'm just going to show you what they look like now and kind of show you what I'm planting and kind of just talking about what I'm planning to do with these little garden beds for now. Okay, so here is my first two garden beds. This is what I've got going so far. So we have some things that are growing that I planted from seed. And we have a few plants over here that they were on sale and I bought them, and so I wanted to plant them and kind of get a jump start on them since I kind of felt we were a little bit late in the season. And so yeah, just wanted to get a jump start. So here, we're just going to move in a little bit closer. We'll start in this bed. Alright, so in the very back, as you can see, I planted cucumber. And they're going to climb up, this lovely wire. And we're going to train them to do that. And then here I have some jalapeno peppers and some cherry tomatoes. Now, I'm going to be honest, I have tried growing peppers in containers for a long time, and I've never been able to yield peppers. And I'm looking at these plants now, and there's this little tiny jalapeno on there, but he hasn't really grown much. And then on here I see we've got like that little guy kind of popping up top. So I am hoping that we're going to get some. Now the cherry tomato plant, I'm a little concerned about this guy. He was nice, bright and green. We do have a bunch of little tomatoes kind of popping, but I've noticed like these bottom leaves are starting to turn yellow. And I don't know why, but I did a little research and I saw that if tomato plant leaves are starting to turn yellow, it's because they need nitrogen. So I started putting some coffee grounds in the soil I'm hoping that's going to help that. But if you have any advice or comments, please comment below and let me know how can I make this tomato plant, or if this is just normal. I don't know. And then on this very little front row, I planted radishes. So they're just now started to pop up. Alright, now this is our second garden bed. Again, we'll start back here closer to the fence. I planted green beans that are going to climb up, the wire fence. So I've got one really good one over there, and the others, it's like they're kind of I might have to maybe plant a couple more seeds back over here because I don't know why they're not coming up. We might wait a couple more days. And then this is all zucchini. What I was planning on doing is weeding this out to maybe 2 plants here shortly. I was waiting to see which ones were going to grow to be like really good and strong. So I'm probably going to weed them down here shortly. And then I have this poor bed. I have the very front, towards the front of this, I planted radishes, and I'm starting to get a couple little greens popping up. But then I did a couple of rows of carrots, and they have not come up yet. So we are still waiting to see how they're going to do. But my actual plan for this garden bed is actually going to be in October. I am planning to make this garden bed nothing but garlic and having it basically cooking all winter long into next summer and having nice fresh garlic. And now I want to kind of show you a little bit of our backyard. And that way, I think it could be a good like before and after, so we could see like what kind of a hot mess it is now. And then what is it going to be come next spring once we finish working on it and we're ready to plant. So here's our backyard. As you can see, my pretty little raised beds that I got for my birthday. they're gonna be kind of like the edge of our garden backyard. It kind of slopes downhill over there, and so we needed that to kind of for drainage for water. But the plan is, when we had our house built, the graders left this huge pile of dirt, this fill dirt back here. So we are going to be getting a bobcat, and we are going to, well, we're going to remove that silt fence, and we are going to make this backyard a little bit more level and kind of extend it out all this way and back. And I am very much hoping that this huge steel beam and these other like building material of steel and wood is going to be gone out of my garden. That is the plan. But yeah, this is future garden plot 2024. Very exciting. And back there is our little compost pile behind the wheelbarrow. We didn't want the compost to be too far away from our garden. Well, that was our quick garden tour, future garden tour, plans for future garden, whatever you want to call it, here for 2023. If you are interested to see how our homesteading adventure is going to evolve, you know, click the subscribe button below and like this video, and continue watching as we continue to learn this wonderful adventure of homesteading and learning to have a much simpler life. Thanks again for watching. So this is all just trial and error. This is all compost pile. Compost. Comment below our homesteading adventure, you know. How can I phrase that better?